Hi, and welcome everyone. This is 5 steps to start and grow your YouTube channel in 2024. And I wanted to emphasize that because there's some new stuff happening. And I'm going to be sharing some of those new trends and new features that are coming up. And so this is for you if you're thinking about creating a YouTube channel, or you recently created a YouTube channel, or you have an existing YouTube channel and you want to get to 1,000 subscribers and beyond and get monetized, either through YouTube's monetization or other ways to monetize your channel. So today we're going to talk about the 5 steps to start and grow your channel in 2024, new YouTube features and the latest trends in 2024. Also, outdated tips that may be hurting your YouTube channel in 2024. So remember, YouTube has been around for a while. It's been around for, if I'm not mistaken, like 2 decades. And so things have changed. They've evolved. And so there's current things that you might be thinking, oh, somebody told me to do this, 5, 6, 10 years ago. And it actually could be hurting your channel. Some upcoming events. And then we're going to end with the 9 ways to monetize your channel in 2024. And I included this particular piece because I know it's talking about starting and growing, but I did a poll in another group and the overwhelming answer was that they wanted to know how to monetize your channel in other ways, not just the YouTube monetization program. So my mission is to empower you to be boldly seen and heard. And to that end, I work with aspiring YouTubers, creators, entrepreneurs, and others who I help them to stand out, share their message more powerfully, and get paid to do it, right? All the YouTube platform and other social media platforms are trying to find ways to pay their content creators because basically they've been making money off of you as a creator for decades in some cases. So they're finding ways to help to pay you to create content. So on top of that, I've been a YouTuber since 2010, but I wasn't consistent, which is what's very interesting because when I started a new channel it actually was at the end of 2022, and I was able to grow it. As of today, I have almost 1 million views. I'm just a few thousand shy of 1 million views on that channel. It's in the true crime genre. And I was able to monetize it relatively quickly, although there's things that I didn't do that if I would have done, I would have grown and monetized it even quicker, which is things I'm going to share with you today. But because I found the way to monetize a completely new channel in a completely new industry, then I took that as a challenge to grow this channel. This is my channel. The one that I'm on right now is a channel that I've had since 2010. And I just had it as kind of like for fun, really. I never took it seriously until I finally grew the new channel from scratch. And I said, yes, let's do this. And now I'm teaching other people to do it as well. When I started doing it, people started asking me how I did it. And now I am specializing in coaching and mentoring others to grow their channels and get their channels monetized. I've been a visibility strategist for over a decade. And so I infuse a lot of strategy like branding, visibility, communications, and other business strategies so that it's not just something so specific to YouTube. These are things that are going to help you grow no matter what and how YouTube evolves. So in 10 years from now, these strategies could still be, or probably will still be relevant. And I have a master's in communications. Okay, so enough about me. I want you to stand out, be seen and heard, and get monetized. So I wanted to include here at the beginning the benefits of having a YouTube channel in 2024. Because some of you are maybe in that first category where you're just thinking about it. You're not really sure. And I wanted to give you some actual tangible benefits of growing a YouTube channel or starting a YouTube channel in 2024. The first is search capabilities. So people are finding and searching for information on YouTube. So since most of us at least most of my community are in the education and information space, people will be searching for information and content that you can provide. So that's a huge benefit to you and your channel. The second is if you have a business, you can be increasing visibility for your business. YouTube has over 1 billion, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's close to 2 billion users. And so imagine even being able to just get to 1% of that. So that's going to be huge. Even a fraction of a percent of that could be huge for your brand. There's a community and connection. We are so disconnected that YouTube has a really it's finding ways to create connection and create community. And so that's one of the features that they have, that YouTube has, that other social media platforms don't have. There's a couple of exceptions to that, but some of them, yes, there are a couple of exceptions to that, but many of the platforms don't have that community feel. There's increased content flexibility. So they've added a section for your podcast. So you could put up your podcast if you have a podcast. There's short videos, there's long form videos, there's live streams. So they've really made it more flexible in how you can present your content. Now, of course, there is what's called the partner program, which is how you monetize your YouTube channel. Those are the ads that you pay for or that you watch when you're going onto a YouTube channel. Those ads help to pay the creator. And there's other features. I'm going to talk about some of them later in the last section, but that's a huge benefit if you want to grow your channel. And then the last thing, we're also going to talk more about this later, is it's a lead generator. So you can actually attract leads and even clients. So I've had several clients that have found me on YouTube, and now I'm mentoring and coaching. So, and I've actually generated lots of other leads that didn't necessarily become clients right away, but they're in my email list. And so I can be, I'm talking to them, sending emails and nurturing those leads. Okay. So if you're excited for YouTube and the benefits of starting and or growing a YouTube channel in 2024, type yes in the chat. I want to see. Yes, yes, yes. Awesome. I want to continue to see those yeses. Okay, so let's start with the 5 steps to start and grow your YouTube channel in 2024. Okay, and wherever you're at, because I recognize everybody might be in a different space, wherever you're at, take the information and apply it to you. And if it doesn't apply to you, then either discard it, don't pay attention to it, or maybe there's some takeaway that you can gather from what I'm sharing from each of the steps. So the first thing you have to do, if you're going to start a channel, or if you want to grow your channel, you have to know what your niche is. Your niche, that's the segment of YouTube that you're going after. And I'm going to give you some examples now in a second. But what I like to do, and so for growing on YouTube, I had to take off my branding hat, because for a decade, I've been telling people, you want to niche down, become hyper niche, super hyper niche when you're marketing your business and your brand. But for YouTube, when you're first starting out, you want to create that niche content, but you also want to go broader to cast a wider net and allow you to find your YouTube voice and your audience. So going super hyper niche might not work for you to grow. It's fine if you want to grow very incrementally, slowly, but if you want to have a larger audience or if you want to grow faster, I suggest going a little more broad and general at first. And really, a small ultra-specific niche may not grow as quickly unless you get like a viral video or something like that, which I will share with you some tips on that in a little bit. And so as an example, let's say there's a massage therapist who wants to grow on YouTube. Certainly make videos about massage or massage benefits or the techniques. Anything related to massage is great, right? Maybe even showing some like client testimonials, or even showing the client on the table and you working with the client, right? And talk about the current trends in health and wellness. Maybe it's talking about the alternative health benefits, right? So that so that people who are looking for health find your videos because otherwise people might not be looking specifically for massage. So some people will be looking for massage. Oh, and I said message. It should actually be massage. Massage. So you get what I'm saying? So people will be searching for massage, and people will be searching for health. And so you want to tap into that health market, which is a lot larger than just people searching for massage. So here are some examples of some wider niches. So health versus just being super niche about massage, beauty versus, let's say, just, people who review lipsticks, which is very specific, celebrity news, current events, true crime, which is sort of a sub niche, but it's a large enough niche that it's its own niche and it's its own world, and I have a channel in true crime, so I know. Gaming, there's so many gamers. If you're into gaming, that is a hot niche. And then, of course, the business niche, which we are a part of, which I'm a part of with this channel. And so I talk about some general business tips and strategies when I'm talking about branding and visibility. And then I've also gone hyper niche when I talk about just growing your YouTube channel. That is an example of me being able to go niche and be more broad. So my visibility and branding topics and content can apply to anyone with a social media presence or a business. And then YouTube is just about people wanting to grow their YouTube. Okay, so the second thing that you want to do is really be mindful of your content. So once you know your niche and you've picked that, then, with the quality of your content, of course, is important. But your quality will improve. There are some people on YouTube that grow with very low quality videos. And it's because the content, the topic of their content is good. The video quality might be bad, or they might be long-winded, or whatever it is. They might not be polished, but that could work for that channel, depending on what the topic with the niche is. So my suggestion is, when you're first starting or growing a channel, is that you test different types of content to see what your audience engages with. And your creativity will increase over time. This is a myth I want to bust. I get a lot of clients who are really kind of insecure about this, about creating content, because they don't think that either people want to listen to them, or they care, or that they're going to run out of ideas. And the thing is that your creativity will increase. And I'm going to give you a tip now in a second of what you could do. But maybe when you're starting out, you could just start with the content you already have. So if you've been posting videos on Instagram, well, you can post those shorts on YouTube. If you've been posting longer videos on Facebook, you can post those videos on YouTube. If you do webinars or masterclasses, you can post those on YouTube to start and see what people engage with, what people like, and then you can always test. I say test and tweak along the way so that you can grow. Now, to my friends who have a hard time coming up with content ideas, I suggest that you just put yourself out there, start creating, and you will start to get little flashes of inspiration along the way. So this is a true story. Back in the fall, when I started putting attention on growing this channel that I'm on, for the first week or so, my content was not good quality, and I'll just admit it. I was just starting to get into it. And then what happened, I remember one day after a couple of weeks, I was just doing the dishes, and all of a sudden I got this flash of inspiration for a video, and it was a really good video idea. And I can't even remember what that was right now. I don't even remember what the idea was, but I just remember it was really good. And it happened when I was mindlessly doing the dishes. And so you might get flashes of inspiration doing the dishes, or watching TV, or reading a newspaper, or going for a walk, or going to the movies, or going onto YouTube and seeing other people's videos. It happens to me all the time. Just today, I saw 2 videos And that inspired something I want to talk about today in this presentation. So keep that in mind. Don't worry about the content ideas. Those will come over time. You'll start getting more and more inspired and more creative. And also, a second tip on this, there are creators who say that they have a list of like, maybe every time they do a video, they have either a dozen or dozens of topics and titles, and they end up choosing the best one of those. So they don't always like, so my point is that they have lots of topic ideas. They don't necessarily pick every single content idea that they have to make a video. They choose the best content ideas, but that's because they've come up with so many content ideas, right? So don't worry about content topics and ideas. Those will come, okay? So then the third thing you want to do is be consistent. And so especially when you're starting out, but even when you want to grow your channel, the algorithm rewards consistency. And by the way, this is for every social media platform. Could you have a viral video on your first video? Yes, it happens all the time, like on a TikTok. People post on TikTok their first time, and many times, sometimes those go viral. But for them to continue to grow, they've got to be posting consistently. And the same thing on YouTube. You must post consistently. And the algorithm is going to say, oh, this person posts a lot. They're on YouTube all the time. Let's push people to look at their videos. Whether people look at your videos is then your job, right? By you, and I'm going to share some tips now in a moment. That's your job to make sure that they want to see your content, right? By making sure you have good content, and also some other tips we're going to share in a bit. But YouTube will put the people in front of you, and then it's your job to make sure that they watch the video, right? By putting out better content. So for best growth, I suggest that you post every day or at least 5 times per week. And I know that for some of you that might sound really challenging. So do what you can. But my suggestion is you must post a minimum of once per week. If you can't post once per week, then I seriously think you should consider or maybe reconsider whether YouTube is a good platform for you at this moment. But that said, challenge yourself. Challenge yourself. Say you're going to post 2 times per week. And then if you do 1 time, great. But challenge yourself to try to do, to post as much as you can, at least once per week. And what I love to say is, if nothing else, shock that algorithm by posting today. Just post today, or maybe it's tomorrow, but just post something. And here's why. But from my own channels and my clients' channels that I've been reviewing their analytics, I noticed that many times there's like a flat line because they're not posting, and all of a sudden they post. And this is a real client screenshot of their analytics. And then they post, and all of a sudden they get these spikes in views. It's like it all of a sudden starts going up in views. So just post. It's almost like I've said this in other videos before. It's kind of like a flat line, and then when you post, that's kind of like the defibrillator giving some life into your channel, and then that helps to jog the algorithm and tells YouTube like, hey, this person just posted. Let's give this person some attention. So just post today. And this is another person's channel. And I call it the dynamite effect, when you have kind of been on a flat line and all of a sudden just being consistent with it, all of a sudden either a video or your channel takes off. I've seen this time and time again. I hope that this gives you some hope and inspiration, because I have seen this on numerous occasions. If you feel like giving up, just keep going. Post another video. Of course, I'm going to talk about burnout a little later. If you get to a point where you're burnt out, then, of course, take some time or whatever. But what I'm trying to get at is, by just posting and being consistent, you will see growth on your channel, but you do have to keep posting. Okay. So this is an example of somebody who hadn't hadn't posted, and then all of a sudden they posted over here, and then their channel just gets this overall. It's like you look later after that moment, and the channel just has higher growth. And so I call that the dynamite effect. It's like one day it blows up, and then all of a sudden that momentum continues on your channel. So the fourth thing to grow in 2024, there's going to be more emphasis on community. So YouTube has some community features that it's starting to really beef up and grow. And we, as I talked about at the beginning, we want to build that connection with our community, with potential clients and our audience. And so there are some ways that are building community right on YouTube. And what's cool is that you build that community and you start to get loyal subscribers who might become clients eventually. And those people are the ones continuing to watch your content. Now, what's really cool is that you can leverage your influence where you already have a community, where you already have an audience or traffic. And so what I suggest is if you've got either other social media channels that have a big following, or an email list, or a website, a blog, or a podcast that already has traffic, post your videos on those channels, or ask them to subscribe. If it's an audience where there's alignment, right? If it's the same audience, you can ask them to subscribe because you're going to be putting out more content on that topic on your YouTube channel. So here's an example of a client that I have in the analytics where a client had posted a video, and all of a sudden, this is what it looks like when it's showing you what your traffic sources are to that video. So like this one in green is channel recommendations. I don't remember exactly what they all are, but all of these three other colors are from YouTube. And then all of a sudden I see this huge spike here in blue. And I was like, what is that? Turns out that my client had shared the link to the video on her Facebook channel, which already has an engaged audience. And then that was over time. Here's the spike right down here on day 2. But as you go, you start seeing that that posting on on Facebook really helped grow the traffic for that video. And this is just a screenshot from that time period, from that first week. This was after 7 days. She went up from like a couple of hundred views to, it looks like about almost 6,000 views in 7 days, just by posting it on her engaged following on Facebook. And so she's getting those engaged followers on Facebook as engaged subscribers on YouTube. So my point is that use your existing community, if you've got one, to help build and grow your YouTube channel. And here's the thing, because you're posting really good content, educational content, or content that has a lot of value, you're giving them value. So there's additional value for them sharing or for them going to your YouTube channel and subscribing to your channel on YouTube. So I hope if you think about, if there is a platform, I'll go here. Is there another social platform like maybe LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram where you have an engaged following, where you can be posting your videos and directing them to LinkedIn, like posting the links to the videos to get them to go to to YouTube? Or do you have an email list? Like I send out emails and I invite my email list subscribers to watch my videos on YouTube? Or do you have a podcast that you can be sending people over to watch your YouTube videos? Maybe you have a podcast, like let's say on Spotify or on Apple, and that's just audio, but you posted your YouTube podcast, which is a video format. You could be saying, if you want to watch me on video, my video podcast, go to YouTube, and you can direct them to YouTube, right? So there's ways to direct traffic so that you can continue to build your YouTube audience. Okay, so the fifth thing, and I know many of you are going to be interested in this, these are ways, this is the viral factor. Now, you might be a little intimidated by this, but I still urge you to pay attention, because some of these things might help you to grow faster. Some of you are also going to be okay growing slow and steady, and that's fine too. And some of you might inadvertently do some of these things and grow really fast. It happened to one of my channels. It's happened to my client. I'm going to give you some examples now in a second. So you really want to grow fast. You want to find those topics that are really going to pique the curiosity of your audience. What are those topics where your audience watches the full video because they just have to? Think about that. Think about the topics or the types of content that people are going to share. So the most shareable content and the content that people are watching fully, those are the ones that usually end up going the most viral or growing the fastest. Things like trending topics could get you some boosts on your videos. Viral trends, that includes TikTok is great for finding viral trends. So if you're on TikTok, you can apply some of that to your other channels, including YouTube. So things like dances and audios and sounds might help you to grow your YouTube shorts, or whatever it is. Things that are coming up that you're seeing are already trending. You could be talking about it on YouTube. And also having a strong hook, something that grabs the attention quickly in less than 3 seconds. And that applies to your shorts, which is the short videos, and your longer videos. Now, here's something really interesting. I'm not going to get into it now. I actually have a video for this, and I'll add it into the description later. But there is this feature on YouTube that allows you to trim out, after you've already posted a video, anything that you want. And so if you have old videos, and I've done this for myself and for my clients too, if you have a lot of like dead silence at the beginning of your videos, people might be getting off. And so they just don't watch. And so I recommend that you cut out any awkward pauses or silence at the beginning of your videos and get right into what the video is about. So don't even say, "Hi, my name is Alexandra," and da 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 da. I used to do that. Not anymore. Now I get right into what the video is about. Obviously, I did it for this video because this is a live stream. So if you watch the live stream, I did do that in this video. But for my other videos, I cut all of that out and I get right into what the topic is about. What's the hook that I want people to know that they're going to get into in this video? And so this is a screenshot of one of my clients, and she posted this video. She is an educator, and she posted this video in October. And as of today, she's actually surpassed 950,000. It's close. It's past 951,000. I took the screenshot yesterday. So she has almost 1 million views. But remember I said that dynamite effect back when I was talking about posting consistently? If you look, there was like a very, very slow kind of like, I mean, it was growing, but it was a very, very slow growth until all of a sudden around day 50, somewhere around here, maybe 45, 50, all of a sudden it started to take off. It grew quickly, and then now it's a steady growth. And by steady growth, we're talking about 5,000 to 10,000 views per day on this video. So she's growing a couple of 100,000 views per month on this video. And so in 114 days, she has just shy of 1 million views. And that's a video posted in October. So what made this video stand out, is that she is an expert. She's one of the foremost experts in her field. And so people want to watch her stuff. And so that's how she stands out. And so for whatever industry you're in, if you have that expertise, post videos in your expertise. People want to find you. And what's actually helped her is not that people were searching for her video, because they weren't. What happened is that she ended up on the search page when you first get into YouTube. And she was one of those videos that are recommended when you first go into YouTube. And people are like, "Oh, this is cool." And they clicked, and almost 1 million views later in just a few months. So be thinking about different topics of expertise that you have that you can be sharing and helping your audience. And you never know, could go viral. And here's another example of the dynamite effect. And for this particular case, this is another video that went viral. But if you notice, they posted it and it was kind of like it got a couple little bumps along the way. But it was 18 months later when it finally went viral. So if you have a video that hasn't done well in a month or 2 months or 6 months, never fret, because you never know, that same video could go viral someday. My suggestion is not to worry about the views on those videos necessarily, but to keep posting better content. And you never know, one day one of those videos could go viral. So there's definitely a dynamite effect that I see on videos that go viral. They don't always go viral right away. So just keep that in mind. So if your videos haven't gone viral, or if you're worried about, views on your videos, one day they may. So just doing a quick time check here. Okay, cool. So the number one viral tip that I have to grow fast is to have shock and controversy. Because here's the thing, we don't know what topics necessarily are going to go viral. Like my client with her education video that got almost 1 million views in 3 months, she didn't know or think that was going to get 1 million views. That was one that just got 1 million views because I was more educational. But shock and controversy, you're very likely to have multiple viewpoints and topics that people want to weigh in on. And when people have strong opinions on news and events, again, people want to weigh in. And so that increases engagement. That gets people to watch more. They might even share. If they agree with it, they'll share it. If they disagree with it strongly, they'll give their opinion on it. And so if you really want it, like when I was growing my true crime channel, I don't like shock and controversy. This is not something I do with my channel, very sparingly. And I'm very calculated when I do it. So I don't like having a lot of people weighing in on their negative opinions on whatever I'm talking about, right? That doesn't make me feel comfortable. So I don't like that. But some people, and I've seen this in true crime, when they give their strong opinions on a case, people just love to weigh in agreement or disagreement. And so that can help you grow really fast. Controversial figures. So, and I've mentioned this before, in my true crime channel, even though I wasn't trying to be polarizing or controversial, anytime I mention in happenstance anything about the president, the US president, a lot of people weigh in, even though the content is not even about the president or it's not about politics. But if I mention the president, somebody weighs in. Not just somebody, usually several people weigh in and give me their comments. So what I'm trying to get at is, if those things that have awe or shock or some polarization, I said the first thing I said was provocative, right? Things that people want to weigh in on or that really grab your attention helps you to grow faster and who could have you go viral. Now, my suggestion is that if you really wanted to help you grow the right types of subscribers for your channel, is that you make sure it's in alignment with your audience and your brand. So by that, I'm like, don't, if your channel is true crime, then don't post about, celebrity dance shows. The celebrity dance shows might go viral, but it's not in true crime. So there's a disconnect there. You might grow some subscribers, but they're not subscribers that are going to grow with you as you grow your channel in true crime. That's just one example. I can come up with lots of different examples of that. So just make sure that if you really want it to be the best type of growth for your channel, that it's in alignment with your audience and your brand so that you can grow and not lose those subscribers. So here's an example, and I've used this before, of one of my clients who she actually has a viral video that has over 5 million views. And this is certainly not something that I find controversial, but some people do. This was my client. She's a dance instructor, and she danced 9 months pregnant. at a show that she was doing. And she posted the video, and she gets a lot of supportive comments because people are just in awe of this and think it's beautiful. And she gets some negative comments about it too. And so and this is one of those cases where this is not necessarily something bad, but some people might think it's bad, right? So most people think it's good or beautiful or positive, and some people don't. And so she'll get comments in both. And so this is an example. Like, we were actually talking about it, and we were like, why do you think this video went viral? And she actually told me it was because of the shock factor. And so this is an example of what I'm talking about when we're talking about shock. But we all know examples of this. Mr. Beast is a channel. He's one of the largest, if not the largest individual that has a YouTube channel. And his whole channel is about shock and awe and big bangs and doing as big as possible. So here I'm going to go through this quickly because I see we're at about 20 minutes left. These are some new features and trends in 2024. So be excited, because your thumbnail is the first thing, that's the photo that shows up for your video, the first thing that people see. And there's been less and less importance on the thumbnail. However, YouTube now has a new feature coming out that they just finished beta for, called Test and Compare, which is A/B testing. And that can be really cool if you've got multiple thumbnails that you want to test to see which one's going to do better, which one's going to get more click through. So that's something to be excited about. I'm really excited about it for myself and my clients. There's another feature that just finished beta as well, and it's called promotions. And it's a paid feature for you to be able to promote your videos and so get more views and engagement on your videos. So that's something really new and can be really interesting for you to grow your channel. The third thing is there's shorts and there's long videos, and there hasn't really been good crossover or integration yet, but YouTube is making more integration so that it's easier for people to find you on shorts and then go to your long videos and vice versa. So look out for that. If you create lots of different types of content, this is something that's going to be good for your channel. AI is a huge trend. It's been really taking steam from 2023, and now into 2024 is going to continue to grow. Now, what's cool about AI and different AI tools and resources, it's going to help you create better content. And at the same time, YouTube is going to start cracking down on people using AI in a bad way. So they're actually going to, if you use, and I'm not talking about AI like, like I use AI, an AI platform to take my long video and make it into short videos. I also use ChatGPT to help me with titles. We're not talking about that. We're talking about when people use AI to replicate your face and your voice. And if you're doing it for yourself, that's cool. That's good. But if you're doing it to replicate, like this person here, this is Mr. Beast. Somebody used AI to replicate his face and his sound and his voice to make a fake scam to get money. And so YouTube is going to crack down on that. And I'm not going to get much more into this because I know you guys are not doing that, but I'm just telling you what's possible. YouTube sees AI as a huge opportunity and also a potential issue. So just be aware of that if you do decide to use more AI in your videos. And then there's other new features, and I'm not going to share all of them because some of them are kind of small and silly, but YouTube is creating a more dynamic user experience. So one example of that is, you may have noticed if you hit subscribe on somebody's channel, I mean, you could even do it on my channel if you want to unsubscribe and then resubscribe. Let's see if it does it. It glows up. It bubbles up, and it's really cute. So those are the types of features. They're adding things like that make it more dynamic for you to experience YouTube as a user. Okay, now these are the things you need to avoid in 2024. And I've done many of these, and so let's go on. So remember I said you have to post consistently. If you only post once a month or less than that, and you're expecting to grow your channel, that's not going to happen. So maybe back in the day, you could have posted once every few months or once every 6 months, and maybe you could have grown your channel. But YouTube, again, is rewarding consistency. So posting one time or less per month is not going to help you. It's going to hurt you, actually. It could actually hurt you. So my suggestion is to post at least once per week, if not more, to continue that consistency on your channel. On the other side of that is people churning out content so much that they get burnt out. And I have had a couple of those moments, and I had to calibrate and get back into it, because if not, and just rethink how I was going to create content, because I was burnt out. In fact, and I'm going to post a link to this in the description later. There's an entire contingency of YouTube creators that have millions of followers that quit or retired from YouTube because they were burnt out. They were on YouTube 10 or more years, and they just couldn't keep cranking out content at that level. But all of them said, to some degree, it just became a monotonous job, and I wasn't in doing the stuff I really loved, which I started at the beginning, which is the creation process. So just keep that in mind. Posting, you have to have a balance of making sure you're posting sufficient content, but you also have to make sure you're still being creative and love what you're doing, and not just churning out content to the point of burnout. And also long and uninteresting titles. So titles are still really important for people finding you and clicking on your channel, on your video. And also titles are searched. So the words in the title are actually searchable. So that's why we need to make sure it's consistent and direct, and no, and the other thing, I said uninteresting titles. Well, on top of uninteresting, there's also titles that are like a double entendre, so double meaning. It's 1,000 times better to post titles that are direct and to the point than that have cliches or double meanings or other things like that. So just be really direct about what you want to say. And then spammy hashtags and tags. So there was a time when people put like 100 hashtags in their video description, and YouTube now might actually take down your video and maybe even take down your channel if you have too many hashtags. So this is definitely one, if you were doing this, that you need to stop immediately. You can put, it actually says, YouTube says that they will favor your first 3 hashtags. And so of course, like usually I'll put like 5 to 6 hashtags in my video. But if I don't put like 30 or 50 or anything like that, don't put more. My suggestion is not more than 10 hashtags in your description. Now there's a tag section also, and that you can put up to 500 characters, and YouTube is okay with that. But don't put spammy hashtags. Don't put hashtags that have nothing to do with your video, but it's just for you to get viral. You might get your video taken down. You might get your channel taken down. So just avoid that altogether in 2024. Be more honest. If you've been doing that, stop doing that. And just be much more intentional in the tags and hashtags that you use on your channel and your videos. And the last thing is kind of the opposite of what I said before. So before I said you have to have a strong hook. So in 2024, it's more important for you to have a strong hook, because on the when you first go into YouTube and there's that page with all the different recommended videos, many of those are going to autoplay. So if you put you scroll over it, it's going to autoplay, so you see what's happening in the video. And because of that, some people won't have as much emphasis on your thumbnail, although thumbnail is still important, but it'll autoplay. So you need to make sure that the hook, the first few seconds of your video, are enticing. And actually, not just the first 3 seconds, like the first 10, 15 seconds is enticing. So hopefully you avoid these things in 2024 if you're growing your YouTube channel. And thank you, Tiff. I appreciate you and your comment. Okay, so before we get into the last piece on the 9 ways to monetize your channel, which I'm really excited about incorporating myself and helping my clients as well. If you need more support or you're interested in starting or growing your channel, I have a 90-day boot camp. It actually starts next week, next Wednesday. It's a group program. And what we're going to do is each month we're going to have a group training session designed to help you grow on one specific topic. So we're going to help you build the foundation for your YouTube channel, and then really take it to the next level, growing your visibility, your viral factor, and then finding ways to monetize your channel. So every month we're going to focus on one big topic to grow your YouTube channel. So that's 3 group training sessions. And then each month we're also going to have a Q&A working session. And so what we're going to do is anything you want to work on, bring it together. We're going to have it together. You can ask me any questions. I can give you coaching on the spot, and we'll just be able to, all of us be able to help each other share, give ideas. And of course, I'll be able to give some laser coaching if you have any questions. So that's 3 sessions over the 90 days. So a total of 6 sessions over the 90 days. We're going to be doing this 90-day challenge over this 90-day period to help us grow our YouTube channel. And I'm going to be doing it too. So I'm every single day testing different things. And so I'm going to be in there too, because I, of course, want to grow my YouTube channel as well and have that group accountability, community engagement, which is so important. And then for anyone who does this program, you'll get a bonus one-to-one training assessment with me, where we'll go at the beginning and I'll look through your YouTube channel and see where you're at as far as your growth and monetization, and give you specific examples and suggestions to grow your channel. So that whole bootcamp value is $2,100. And I do have a special limited time price. I'm not going to post it here. I'm going to give the link in just a bit. But the limited time price is something like 70% off now. And the program, again, starts on Wednesday, next Wednesday. So I hope you'll join me. And it's a really great way to have both my one-to-one attention and the group accountability and mastermind, so that you can really grow your channel in 90 days. And I hope if you're excited and you're ready to start or grow your YouTube channel, that you join me in that bootcamp. Okay, so with that, we'll go to the last piece here. And it's the 9 ways to monetize your YouTube channel in 2024. And I hope you're excited. So some of these you already know, and some of them you might help to jog some different ideas for what's possible for your channel. So the first thing, and the obvious one, is YouTube ads. So when you go onto a YouTube video and you see a little video, a little ad, that's how the creators are making money. However, you have to be fully monetized. You have to be part of the partner program. You have to be fully monetized to get access to income from those ads. And so there's an entire monetization process, which of course, if you join my program or you do one-to-one coaching with me, I will walk you through and help you create a plan for that. But YouTube ads is the way that people have been making money, really the only way people had been making money originally, like the big way. And now there's some other options. So YouTube ads is the first one. Then the second thing, this is when you start thinking, especially for us educators and entrepreneurs, we can come up with ways to generate leads. So this could be like a freebie, a free ebook, a free course, a checklist, something that you offer related to the topic of the video. And people sign in, or they go to that link and they sign in with their YouTube or with their email. And then you get your leads and you can follow up with them later. So lead generation is very popular, maybe not as popular as the next one, which is actually direct sales, but there are people using lead generation to grow from YouTube. So the next one I say here, the sales funnel, that's when you actually have direct sales. So let's say you've got a book that is related to a video, or a service or a product that you want to offer. People are doing all the time. They have like my dancer client, my dance instructor client, she makes commission off of if anyone buys merchandise like a dance clothes. She'll make commission if they go to her link, right? And actually, I didn't even use commissions as one of the 9 ways, but that's another way you can make money off of YouTube, is having commissions from anything that you sell or offer on your channel. So the fourth thing is as a promotional tool. Do you have a launch or a new book or an event that you're offering? You can use it to grow visibility for whatever it is that you want to offer. The fifth thing is this is the paid ads. So you pay for ads on YouTube or promotions on YouTube. However, if you do it in a way that it's going to get you leads, then it could be very lucrative. So keep that in mind. And if that's something, I've actually done multiple campaigns on this. If this is something that you are interested in, I can definitely help you to create a plan to use ads to grow your leads and get more clients from that. The sixth thing is to create a subscription. And so there are some sites that are built to help you, are subscription-based sites that are not YouTube sites, but they help you to get some, monthly subscription. Some people create on-demand subscriptions as well. So one of my clients has an on-demand site for her business that she gets people who sign in. They pay her every single month, and she makes income that way for her business. The seventh thing is tips. So you can actually make tips through YouTube when you're monetized, but there's other options that you could do. Like some people ask for, if you want to help my channel out, you can go to my PayPal link or my Venmo link or my Cash App or buy me coffee. So that's another way that people can pay you for your content. YouTube memberships is a way it's actually fairly new. It's a few years old. And that is when you have a lower tier of monetization, that is one of the options you can have to monetize your YouTube channel. And then the last one that I'm mentioning here is merchandise. And so you can certainly do merchandise sales outside of YouTube, but when you're in the first tier of monetization from YouTube, when you've met that, there is some built-in integrations for merchandise that you can use to sell merchandise on your channel. So these are 9 ways, and there's actually more. I have already mentioned a couple more just now, but there's so many ways for you to make money that are both built into YouTube and also strategic. And if you do join one of my programs or do one-to-one coaching with me, I can help you develop a funnel for you to generate income right from YouTube, from the services, or a plan to help you monetize your channel directly. So what's really cool is that YouTube has now made it easier to monetize through their partner program. Before, you needed 4,000 watch hours to be fully monetized, and you still have to do that to get your YouTube ads, to get money from your YouTube ads. But now, to get into the partner program and get those lower tier benefits, now you need 3,000 watch hours. So it's definitely a lot easier. And then also, before, you needed 4 million shorts over 90 days, 3 million shorts views, it was 10 million shorts views over 90 days. Now, to get into the monetization program, you need 3 million shorts views, which is still a lot, but at least it's a little bit easier than getting 10 million shorts views. So one of my clients, actually, we created a plan, and she was actually, when I went through her, the back end, she was actually closer than she thought, because she had done one video that ended up having that dynamite effect. She posted it, she forgot about it, and then it ended up blowing up and getting her closer to monetization. And she was able to be fully monetized within 17 days. And so this was from creating a plan, posting content consistently, and she was able to get those watch hours and become monetized in 17 days. Now, this is probably an extreme example. However, because it was a client of mine and I have that as a testimonial, it's just so exciting to see what is possible. So it just takes one video for you to get fully monetized. It could be one short with 10 million views, or a 1 hour video that's so enticing that people watch the entire video all the way through and it gets 4,000 views. So it is possible, right? So I'm giving you what is possible in 2024. And so with that, I just wanted to end with my quote here. Monetization may be closer than you know. How would you feel if you could share your passion and purpose online and get paid to do it? So once again, if you're interested, and I'm going to post in the link now in a moment, if you're interested in my 90-day bootcamp that starts next week, you can go to alexandrafigueredo.com/YouTube. And I'm going to end because we're actually right at the hour. I would love to hear from you. What was your biggest takeaway? I know it's been a lot of content. What was your biggest takeaway from from the presentation today? Learning lesson, biggest takeaway, something you're going to implement, something you didn't know, something you wish you would have known. Monetization is closer than you know. Yeah. One thing I'm really excited about is the thumbnail A/B testing. I think that will be a really great way to get feedback on what visually is getting people to click on your videos. I think that's really, really, really exciting. Yes, monetization strategies. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it sounds like monetization seems to be one of the things that is most exciting for most people. So, and keep in mind, and this is what's really exciting, you don't have to be part of the monetization program, the partner program, to find ways to monetize your channel. So that's what to me is really exciting. That if you're strategic about it, you can actually, even if you are monetized fully in the partner program, you could make way more money from services and products that you sell from your channel than from the YouTube income. So that to me is definitely, I see those possibilities because it's happened for me and my clients. And like with my client who has her subscription, she makes more money from the subscription that she sells off YouTube than from her income from YouTube. So for her, she's using it as a lead generation and client generation tool. All right. Well, thank you so much. At the top of the hour, I want to be mindful of your time. I appreciate you. Thank you for sharing what your biggest takeaways are. I hope you learned something today. I hope this was valuable for you. And I cannot wait if you join me. If you're my one-to-one client, you'll be on the program. You'll be able to have access to the group program. And for those of you who want to join the group program, the link is right there, alexandrafigueredo.com/YouTube. And I hope that you'll join me and be part of building your channel over 90 days. All right, everyone, have a wonderful rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.